Studies have shown that the arts make a large impact on community growth and sustainability. Jennifer Akes Smith has made integrating the arts into Hamilton's and Butler County's development a major focus. ArtSpace and the Street Spark program bring creative jobs to the area for all demographics. Part of Jen's motivation for public art is the education piece. She has worked with youth and teens and has been mentoring student mural artists. She believes that art is a vehicle to make connections between people and experiences in unique and profound ways, and she works creatively to make that happen. Her goals, both in art making and in building programs and events, are to create something of high quality and to help others learn and grow. One of her greatest joys is working with other artists because of the connection, but also because she too continues to learn. Jen deeply appreciates her family and her friends. Her husband Stephen has been, she says, her biggest cheerleader and has taught her that kindness is always the right path to follow. Because Jen recognizes that sometimes she lets too much thinking become a barrier to authentic experiences, she remembers this verse from Erin Hansen to help her keep a balance between her head and her heart. There is freedom waiting for you on the breezes of the sky, and you ask, "What if I fall?" Oh, but my darling, what if you fly?
I would like to thank the YWCA for awarding me this honor alongside all of the other great nominees this year. I think about all of the amazing women that have come before me and paved the way, and all of the women working now to make Hamilton the best that it can be. I think together we are making progress. I want to thank my nominator, Tracy Featherstone. She is just such a hardworking, fearless artist and woman that I admire so much. I didn't think that I would be where I am today. I thought that I would be teaching art in schools for most of my career, but life had other plans, so I decided to follow those creative challenges, and I've been so grateful for all the opportunities that I've had along that path. I'm so proud of the City of Hamilton and the community leaders for putting real support behind the arts. There's a growing community of artists in our area, and I encourage all of you to keep creating, keep investing in Hamilton, and keep fighting for the value of the arts. I want to thank my family. Thank you so much for the strong foundation that you provided for me in education and good values. I've loved meeting all of the friends and colleagues along the way. Your energy constantly inspires me. And finally, I want to thank my husband, my wonderful husband, Stephen Smith. Thank you for your love and support every single day. It's so exciting to see Hamilton blossom, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of that growth. Thank you.
Marianne Coutinho grew up in a household of educators, including a second-grade teacher and a college professor, so it's no wonder that she feels called to share as much education as she can with as many as she can. Whether it's at the university, in or out of class, or in the community, she is generous with her time, her explanations, her wisdom. One of her great joys has been the Write Now program, a writing workshop and essay contest for GED students and recipients. She was able to provide the students with confidence and dignity through the workshops, as well as opportunities to see their writing appear in an associated newsletter. The process was a way for people to hear, see, and feel others' stories, which Marianne believes is important for all of us. She also believes that education is empowering, and is proud to have even a small part in that process. A quote that she shares with her students is this: "Curiously enough, one cannot read a book, one can only reread it. A good reader, a major reader, an active and creative reader is a rereader." She goes on to say that we can't just feel we understand something or make a judgment about something and move on. We need to return to situations and to rethink our approach. We need to be active and creative when addressing problems. It is then no surprise that she has been a valued leader and continues to make a positive difference in the community. Marianne, having been inspired by her family, continues to enjoy the blessings of a loving and supportive family and is surrounded by them and, apparently, a zoo, including 5 dogs, 4 snakes, 4 newts, 2 Russian tortoises, 2 fish tanks, a Reeves turtle, and a bearded dragon.
Thank you to the Hamilton YWCA, and especially to Kathy Bishop-Clark for nominating me for this award. I often share with my students that teaching is the family business. My mom was a second grade teacher for nearly 40 years. My father began and ended his professional career as a university professor. My sister is a special education teacher, and 2 of my aunts were school teachers as well. Although I love being in the classroom, I recognize there are opportunities to teach outside the classroom as well. One of the reasons I was attracted to Miami University Regional's campus is their community-focused mission. So I've sought and sometimes stumbled upon opportunities to teach outside the classroom, whether that's working with local law enforcement or through the Institute in Learning Retirement. These are times when I've been outside the walls of the university to focus on educating groups that I find interesting or fascinating. One of the reasons, though, I'm particularly committed to serving my community is I have 3 grandchildren, Lainey, Sierra, and Bryn, and I want the world that they grow up in to be a better place. I'm also fortunate that I have a husband whose work inside and outside the home gives me the time and the opportunity to do this kind of community work. So I hope that my most significant accomplishments and greatest achievements are ahead of me. I thank everybody for their support, and again, thank the Hamilton YWCA for this award.
Anne Dennett is a 3rd-generation German village enthusiast. Her grandparents lived here, her parents were married there, and she has given it her many talents for years, both as a businesswoman and as a volunteer. She and sister-in-law Frances Dennett Schwartz opened the Candle House and had a successful business for 17 years. This, in spite of the fact that a bank financial advisor told them he did not think a business selling only candles could be profitable. Their key to success was loving what they did, working hard, and creating a unique and enjoyable shopping experience for their customers. In that same year, 1991, she started the Christmas Walk, thinking that it would be wonderful to share the history and charm of the historic buildings and businesses in the area. For 26 years, she has realized her goal for it to be entirely free for the participants and family-friendly, a day to share the season and the sense of community. While continuing to chair the Christmas Walk, she was more recently also a founder of Christkindl Market, a German-themed art, food, and music festival held the first weekend of December in Hamilton. She is perhaps Hamilton's best goodwill ambassador. Her joyful events bring people to the downtown area each year, touching many lives with her signature warmth and welcome. Anne's favorite quote is by American poet Wallace Stevens. "The most beautiful thing in the world is, of course, the world itself." When Anne thinks of the quote, she imagines not only the natural world's beauty, but also the good she sees in the community. She reminds us that hugs are better when you share and encourages everyone to share a hug each day. Her nominators add that her life is a reflection of this quote: "If the whole world could replace greed with kindness, what a wonderful world we would have."
My sincere thanks to the YWCA and all those involved in selecting me as one of the nominees for the Outstanding Achievement Award. When I received Lee Sanders' phone call, the message was unbelievable and overwhelming. I wish to thank my sponsors, Kathy Creighton from the Butler County Historic Museum, Betsy Hope from Hamilton Community Foundation, and Craig Wilkes with Wilkes Insurance Agency. My congratulations to the other honorees who are here with me tonight. I feel very blessed and humbled to be among this select group of women. Being a lifelong resident of Hamilton, my life has revolved around German Village since the day I was born. Grandparents who lived in the village, school, church at St. Stephen's Church, now St. Julie Billiart Parish, for all my life. When we moved the Candle House to the German Village in 1992, an idea was thought to have a Christmas walk in the village to showcase this charming area and to bring visitors into the city of Hamilton. The idea became a reality and the walk started that year. Seeing an increase in visitors to the walk each year is gratifying, and being able to present this wonderful family event to the residents of Hamilton is all the motivation that I need to keep going. My many thanks to my wonderful committee, members of the German Village Association, participants who have graciously opened their doors for so many years, and through the generous donations from the community, we've been able to keep this an all-events-free day for 25 years. Special thanks to my family, especially my dear husband, for all their support, help, and love for all these years, and putting up with me throughout my ventures. Thanks to my friends and family here tonight who are with me to celebrate this wonderful occasion with me. I love you all. Again, thanks to the YWCA for this special honor. I'm not supposed to cry.
From the moment Kelly Johnson came to Miami Hamilton, some people said she was a star. It was not just her excellence in the classroom and in all the things that made her a fine professor. It was something internal, intangible. She has always been generous with her time and her support for others, and she takes time to listen. Perhaps it can best be expressed by saying that she is in tune with community. She sees a need, and she acts. For instance, she's a large part of the yarn bombing project each fall that decorates Hamilton statues with scarves and hats and mittens, which ultimately go to those who need extra winter warmth. And she created a book drive for an elementary school so that each student could own their own book. She continues to support and mentor students long after they have left college. So meaningful are the bonds forged. Kelly has raised the awareness of many in this area about the dangers and the tragedy of human trafficking with her research, and she works tirelessly to shine light on issues that affect people who are normally marginalized by society. Kelly has been inspired by Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who persisted through sexism and anti-Semitism and persevered through 2 different cancers, continuing her important work on the bench without missing a single day during her treatments. Having faced her own challenges, Kelly aspires to emulate Ginsburg's perseverance and her goal to help repair tears in her society, to make things a little better through the use of whatever ability she has. She quotes Anne Lamott, who says, The thing about light is that it isn't really yours, it's what you gather and shine back, and it gets more power from reflectiveness. If you sit still and take it in, it fills your cup, and then you can give it off yourself. So maybe it isn't that Kelly is a star, but a powerful reflector.
I want to begin by thanking the YWCA, its staff, its leadership, its board, its supporters for this honor. I am truly humbled and I thank you. I want to thank my family, especially my husband Martin, my daughter Riley, and my mom Judy for their love and support over the years. Without that love and support, I wouldn't be able to accomplish anything outstanding or otherwise. I also want to thank my friends, many of whom are here tonight, for their love and support over the years, especially these last 2 more difficult years. Last year, while I was in treatment for breast cancer, I came across these words by Cheryl Strayed. She said, "It is impossible for you to go on as you have before, so you must go on as you never have." And my friends and family have helped me to figure out and to continue to figure out how to go on as I never have. And I am grateful. I am also grateful to the community of Hamilton for welcoming me, for accepting me, for giving me the opportunities to volunteer here, to work here, and really to belong here. Coretta Scott King has said, "The greatness of a community is measured by the compassionate action." And so finally, I want to thank the women who are served by and use the services of the YWCA. The women who get healthy here, the women who heal here. They recognize the value of community in getting and receiving health care, in getting safe, in asking for and receiving help. These are very difficult things to do. And I admire and am inspired by the ways that they go on as they never have before. And so I thank them and I thank you for this honor. Thank you.
Her mother taught her to be bold, beautiful, brave, and outspoken, and she offers that same model to others. After a catastrophic car accident in high school, she missed a lot of school and was unable to complete it, so she obtained her GED before going to college. Having her family behind her helped her from giving up. Because of this history of support and love, she wants to pass that mentorship on to others, and she seeks to be someone who is caring, supportive, patient, non-judgmental, empowering. She was taught never to give up, and that persistent trait is clear to those who work with her. Her co-workers also describe her as dedicated, caring, and loving. Even in the midst of a recent family tragedy, she was seen as strong and continuing to take care of others. Pastor Shack's concern for others motivated her creation of the Jobs Mentoring Program that was seen as so critical to the neighborhood that it almost doubled for the second year. It is no surprise that her favorite quote comes from the Bible. She repeats that giving up is not an option. She believes that God spared her life so that she could be an agent of change. The verse that she relies on is from Jeremiah 29:11. "For surely I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans for your welfare and not for harm, to give you a future with hope."
I want to say thank you to the YWCA for this honor. Truly, I was just blown away that, a kid from Hamilton, have this opportunity to be a part of such rich history like the YWCA, and to be able to share this honor with such amazing 5 other women, and the opportunity to be a part of such a great club of outstanding women of achievement. So I want to say thank you to the YWCA. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. Also, I want to say thank you to the city of Hamilton for the opportunity to be able to serve such a great city, and also to serve the city in which I was born and raised in, and that made me who I am this day. It with great pleasure and great honor to serve every day, and to be a part of this community and the awesome things that's going on, and how the city is thriving and moving forward. And literally, we are the poster child for the comeback kids, the comeback city, should I say. So I'm excited about that, and I have to go. I have to say thank you to my amazing boys, David and Davin. Like, I need to give this award to them because they're the outstanding kids. They allow me to be great, if you will. They share me every Sunday, every Wednesday. They share me as being a pastor with the Pastor Shack Job and Mentoring Program. They share me as a mother to be able to be there for other kids and other youth in the community. Even with my recent with running for Hamilton City Council, they allow me the time to be able to share my platform and share why I want to continue to serve this city. So I have to say thank you to David and Davin. I love them. They are my 2 biggest blessings. And I cannot go without thanking God for just being so awesome to me, and just being, just blessing me to be who I am, and just with life and health and strength. So I want to say thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus, for just, for seeing the best in me, even when others didn't. So I just thank God every day that, for the favor that He's allowed to be bestowed upon my life. And I have to thank my wonderful mother, even though my mom is probably sitting there like, who, me? Yes, you, mommy. I thank you. It's because of you that I'm the strong woman that I am. And all your critique, all your motherly wisdom, everything I know you do, you done it for me and CJ. And I know that everything you do was always meant for us to be the best person and to be the best us. So I say thank you, and I love you so much. You are so strong. And within this last year, with our recent tragedy of losing CJ, you have been so strong, and you have been strong for others. So it's just been such amazement to see that, and to know that I'm cut from that cloth. I have to say thank you. To you, and shout outs to you. And also I have to say thank you to my grandmother, my grandma Mary, who has poured such wisdom and so many things into my life that's allowed me to be the strong woman that I am as well. And her stories and her wisdom have allowed for great messages in the pulpit. Thank you to my awesome, amazing church, Truth and Life Community Church, for allowing me to serve as your pastor. I appreciate you. You are an amazing congregation. Thank you to the city of Hamilton and everyone who I serve with. Thank you to my neighborhood that I grew up in, 5th Street. Thank you to all my friends that I grew up with. I'm not going to start naming names because then you're going to start calling me out. But all my friends that I grew up with, everyone that I'm able to serve with, and served on every board, every commission that I serve with, I thank you for the opportunity to just share with you. And again, I'm thankful. Thank you, YWCA. Thank you, City of Hamilton. Poster child, comeback city.
Jennifer McQueen lists herself as an intervention specialist, but really she could accurately be called an inclusion and empowerment specialist. Because she has seen loved ones struggling with difficult issues, she has learned the hard wisdom of knowing when to help someone and when to walk away. But she is motivated by a desire to help everyone achieve the best possible lives. It's no surprise, then, that when a student who is blind wanted to do distance running, Jennifer found a way to make it happen. She and an aide would take turns running with the student in practice and provided the necessary equipment to make practice safe for her. It empowered the girl to belong to a team for the very first time. Leaving nothing to chance, Jennifer also worked with the coaches and other team members on their understanding of how to assist and support. Together, they came up with names for each stretch of the course so that the student could run them without seeing them. Jennifer encouraged social interactions among the girls so that everyone's experience was enhanced. Her own reward was the joy that her student had upon completing her first 5K. Jennifer's favorite quote is from F. Scott Fitzgerald. "I hope you live a life you're proud of. If you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over again." It reminds her to be introspective about whether she's living life fully, and for Jennifer, that clearly means working to ensure that others have an opportunity to live fully as well.
Thank you to Miss Jennifer Wolf for nominating me for this awesome award. I am very honored. You know that you are a person who I value very much. I loved our time working together. I miss you a lot, and my motto will always be, what would Wolf do? Thank you to my friends from work that are here with me tonight. Shanna, Heather, Amanda, Erin, Rachel, Vicky, and so many more. You guys are my inspiration every single day. It's totally normal to walk into our building and see a teacher sewing somebody's lunchbox back together, seeing a teacher buy Christmas presents so a family can have something under your tree. That's something that inspires me every single day, and it's easy to want to do great things when I work with people as amazing as you guys are. The other question that I get asked often is, did you grow up in a teacher family? Who inspired you to be a teacher when you were a child? And the truth is, I don't really have a clear picture of what inspired me to be a teacher. I didn't grow up with an education family. There's no teacher I can look back on that really solidified my decision. It was just something that I've always felt drawn to. I started out wanting to be in general education as a language arts teacher, but quickly realized that special ed was where I felt at home. I grew up very independent. My parents strived into me that it was very important to do for yourself, to be independent as possible. And I think that's where my desire to be in special ed comes from. My students learn life skills with me every day through projects like our snack cart, where we go around and sell food to teachers. They learn how to communicate with their friends, which isn't something that comes easily to students with visual impairments. We play sports such as beeper ball. We do fundraisers for different kinds of equipment. We've had the Cincinnati Reds come and play with us. So every day is different. Every day is an adventure, and I'm very fortunate to be doing what I'm doing. I also want to thank my boyfriend, Sean. I'm in grad school, and he's very understanding. He gets that I'm busy at night and that I can't always hang out. He picks up my slack when I need him to, and life is crazy, and I just can't wait to see what we do next.